Hello and welcome to the English class. Today we will cover lesson number 5 and the lesson's name is Mother's Day. It is written by J.B. Priestley. Now coming to the introduction of the lesson, this humorous play portrays the status of a mother in the family. And the author brings out the plight of mother very realistically in the play. Mrs. Annie Pearson, the mother, is not treated well by her husband and children. With the help of her neighbor, Mrs. Fitzgerald, and magic spell with temporary allows them to interchange their roles. She stands up for her rights. Mrs. Annie Pearson's family is shocked at the change, but they learn to behave properly with her so that she gets the respect that she really deserved. Now, coming to the characters, the first central character is the main character is Mrs. Fitzgerald in the play. She is Mrs. Annie Pearson's neighbor. She is quite strong willed, knows magic, helps Annie Pearson to reform the spoilt members of Mrs. Annie Pearson's family. The next character is Mrs. Annie Pearson. She is a pleasant but nervous type of woman whose excessive love and care has spoilt her two children and husband. The next character is Doris Pearson. She is Mrs. Annie Pearson's daughter, aged around 20 years. She fails to understand her mother's struggle and doesn't help her in the household work. The next character is Cyril Pearson. He is Mrs. Annie Pearson's son, who is equally demanding and never sympathizes with his mother. The next character is Mr. George Pearson. He is Mrs. Annie Pearson's proud husband, who is not as respected in society as expected. And he dominates his wife, but he is ridiculed in the club where he is a member. Now, coming to the detailed summary of the chapter. So, Mrs. Annie Pearson and Mrs. Fitzgerald are next door neighbors. What are they? They are next door neighbors. And apart from this, there is no similarity between them. They are opposite. Annie is pleasant and nervous looking woman in her 40s, whereas Fitzgerald is older and heavier with a strong personality. Annie has soft voice, whereas Mrs. Fitzgerald has a deep, throaty voice. Mrs. Fitzgerald is a fortune teller. She has learned this art from East. She is reading Annie's fortune. She advises Annie to be strict and become the boss in her family. Actually, Annie is not treated well by her family. At present, Mrs. Annie Pearson had been reduced to the status of a unpaid domestic servant who does all the work at home without even being requested for it or being thanked later on. So now Mrs. Fitzgerald is very angry at the way Annie is treated like a servant by her family. One day, she suggests that they should temporarily exchange their personality by using a magic spell that she had learnt in the East. She takes Annie's hand and speaks some magic words. A transformation take place and the personality of Mrs. Fitzgerald shifts into the body of Annie and vice versa. So Annie is scared, but Mrs. Fitzgerald assures her that the change is reversible. Mrs. Fitzgerald now is in the body of Annie, stays as stays at Annie's house and send Annie in Mrs. Fitzgerald's body to her house where she can relax. So students, a transformation takes place and the personality of Mrs. Fitzgerald shifts into the body of Annie, and Annie's personality shifts into the body of Mrs. Fitzgerald. So both their personalities are interchanged. Okay. So Doris, the daughter of Mrs. Annie Pearson, who is a beautiful girl aged 20, enters the house. She gets shocked at seeing her mother smoking and playing cards alone. Doris asks about her yellow dress, but her mother does not respond. She asks for tea and her mother answers rudely. So Doris gets angry but gets a good scolding from her mother. So Cyril Now, Cyril, Annie's son, enters the house and asks for tea in a demanding and angry manner. So Annie tells him that she has not bothered to get a tea ready. Cyril asks her if everything is all right with her. She replies that she has never felt better in her life. When Cyril inquires why she has not got the tea ready, Annie replies that she wanted a change and that's why she has not bothered to make a tea. So Cyril announces that he is short of time, so she should get the tea ready immediately. Cyril further inquires whether she has got his clothes ready. When she says no, he gets anguished. So now Doris appears on the scene wearing a shoulder wrap. Annie remarks sarcastically about her dress. Doris is her daughter. An argument starts between Doris and Annie. Doris comments that if she was looking awful, it was due to her mother only, who made her cry. Then Annie inquires if any strong beer was left. Cyril is really shocked. Cyril, his son, is really shocked to know that his mother wants to drink it. He is unable to understand what is going on. So, both Doris and Cyril are filled with horror and shock at their mother's behavior. Both wonder what has happened to their mother suddenly. Doris thinks that she got hit on her head by something. She says that the manner in which their mother spoke hurt her. The almost hurt the most and made her cry. Both start giggling at the thought of what will happen if their mother keeps behaving in this weird manner in front of their father. So Annie remarks that it was a high time they grew up. Doris then asked her if they had done something wrong. Annie tells them that it is actually her children's and her husband's behavior that bothered her the most. They always came, asked for something, and went without bothering to know whether she wanted to go out or how she was feeling. She always does her best to keep everybody happy, but all three of them were not bothered about her. Annie also remarks that while the three of them do a job of 8 hours a day with 2 days off at the weekend, she goes on working 7 days around the clock. She warns them that on weekends she will also going to take 2 days off. Doris is really worried about what will happen if her mother takes a holiday on weekends. However, Annie assures Doris that she would do some work on Saturday and Sunday and only when she is requested for it and thank for whatever she does. She declared that she assures that Doris that she would do some work on Saturday and Sunday only when she is requested for it and thank for whatever she does. She might go out for weekends also. She was fed up of staying in the house for years together. None of them has ever bothered to take her out. So now Mr. George Pearson enters the home. George Pearson is her husband. Okay, he's about 50 years old and consider himself a very important person. He gets annoyed at his wife who is sipping beer when he enters. He tells her that he does not want any tea and as he has to go to the club for supper. The wife tells him that she has not prepared any tea anyway. At this, George gets annoyed that his wife is not bothered about him, and he continues to rebuke him, telling him that he is not respected in the club where he keeps going every day. She tells him that people at the bar in the club call him Pompey Ompy Pearson due to his self-important behavior. George cannot believe what Annie says and confirms the truth from his son Cyril. Annie tells her son that sometimes it does people good to have their feelings hurt on hearing a knock. Cyril checks what is it, and reports to Annie that it is Mrs. Fitzgerald at the door. Annie tells him to let her come in So now Mrs. Fitzgerald, actually Mrs. Annie Pearson, enters and finds Doris in tears. Her family continues to get scolding in front of her also. Annie Pearson, actually Mrs. Fitzgerald, informs her that she was putting everyone in their place. When Mr. George Pearson shouts at his wife, she threatens to slap his big fat silly face. So the real Mrs. Annie Pearson, now Mrs. Fitzgerald, gets really disturbed and wants everyone to leave, as she wants to talk in private with Annie, the real Mrs. Fitzgerald. Now she tells Mr. Fitzgerald that it is enough. Let them change back and get into their true selves. Mrs. Fitzgerald again speaks some magic words and they again get back to their own selves. Mrs. Fitzgerald says that she enjoyed every moment in her changed personality. Annie remarks that she did not enjoyed this this changeover. Mrs. Fitzgerald wants Annie now not to be soft on her family. She wants her to remain firm. Annie says that she will be able to manage her husband and children now. Mrs. Switzerland wants her not to give any apology or any explanation, otherwise, they will again start treating her indifferently. She must wear a tough look and talk to them rudely if she wanted them to behave in the right manner. For a change, when Annie smiles, her family members smile back and feel very relaxed. As they had cancelled their going out, Annie feels that they all as a family should play a game of rummy. She also asks her children to prepare supper for the family, for which they readily agree. They also want to have a talk with George, her husband, for which everybody agrees. The play ends on a happy note where the children and husband are willing to do whatever Mrs. Annie Pearson suggests. So that was all about the lesson Mother's Day by J.B. Priestley. So J.B. Priestley uses the dramatic art very convincingly to highlight certain issues in the play. So, the common issue raised in the exploitation of housewives. So, the common issue raised is the exploitation of housewives and mothers of the family. They spend their whole life in serving their families, and in return, they do not get even a thank you. This is very shameful. The familiar issues and problems in a typical family finds expression through this drama. Hence, drama is a good medium for conveying message. So, drama is very good and forceful medium for conveying a social message. Okay, so that was all about the lesson Mother's Day.